I think Mr. Gibson can really he can be a character witness as far as this kid CJ is concerned. But
Will?
far as I'm concerned,
Ready,
CJ.
Will?
I am.
All right.
I mean, Will can jump in here. I mean, everybody
Will.
sort of questioning this kid's character and everything. And far as I'm concerned, this kid is just as good, as solid, as Bryce Young as anybody else. And his body of work speaks for itself. Yes, I know the Ohio State quarterbacks overall has not had a great track record overall, but I think this kid, he could very well be the one to break the mold and set everything on the right path as far as the Ohio State Buckeyes. Will, you jump in there.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick, Will. AD, and remind me again, the second pick, the question was about Will Levis?
Will Levis out of Kentucky.
Okay, so you're saying if I do this, would you concur? Is that the wrong answer? Is Will Levis the wrong answer at number 2 for the Texans?
No, no, here's the wrong answer. Hell no. That's the right. No, he's not the right. No. And I mean, come on, that's hyperbole. That's a lot of stuff going on. What Brady Quinn's out here. They don't have the other test that they used to take. Now they got a different test out there, and now everybody's trying to say that this particular profile test, the psychological profile test, that he has scored. Blah blah blah. Well, number one, it's not supposed to be public, but we all know better. We've been knowing about these guys, test scores. So I mean, if that's what you want, if you want somebody that's scored like on a Mensa test, then go find you somebody out of Princeton or somewhere. Not that the Ohio State is having to take a background as far as their graduates concerned, but this young man, as far as I'm concerned, C.J. Stroud will have a Texans uniform on. He would be the second player in the draft taken.
Will, you got it. I was bringing Andy. Go
ahead,
Will.
I agree. So I would start with this: 25 starts, 8,412 yards, 85 touchdowns, 12 interceptions in 25 games. Or if you want to bring up the question of his character, does a person with a lack of character get an NIL deal with a clothing company and then proceeds to buy the entire team a suit so the entire team could look good on game day? Doesn't seem like somebody that has a low quality character to me. But it's Lion season. We all know that. It's Lion season. It's the week before the draft, and everybody has their agenda, whether it's media personalities that have a relationship with a particular agent or a marketing guy, and say, hey, can you make sure my guy gets up a little further and bring this guy down a little further? Or GM. I mean, I just heard Isaiah Thomas last week talk about how he was the person behind the criticisms of Kevin Garnett pre-draft because he wanted Kevin Garnett to fall to 7.
Yep.
And he ended up going 5 to Minnesota. So we know what happens. And this is just another example of that. But C.J. Stroud is by far probably the most high-quality character person I've seen at Ohio State in quite some time. I mean, you ask anyone, and that's not me with my scarlet and gray glasses on. That's just real. I mean, because it is what it is. I mean, we all know that everybody has a high quality character, but this kid has a high quality character, bar none, without question. And it's kind of disheartening to see the criticism and the vitriol that's been spread about him. But what is it? If you know, you know. So it is what it is. But I agree with AD. On Thursday night, the Texans should be running to the podium with the card that says C.J. Stroud, quarterback, The Ohio State University.
All right. Before we get Andy's comments on that, so for all three of you on this edition of Folks Talking Sports, which I think we'll go ahead and have this episode sent to the BS3 Network on Roku as well. So if the Texans do not select C.J. Stroud at number 2, Will the reaction of the fans be this? Or this?
Yeah, new sound effects going on. Oh no, it's the first one. I'm gonna take leadership here. It's got to be number one. If they don't take a quarterback, is running it back with Case Keenum and Davis Mills. They cannot do that. They cannot do that. They brought in Case Keenum here to be a veteran for presumably a top quarterback. And I just don't see it. I know the smoke and mirrors is there. Nick Caserio is he is the master at saying nothing with 1,000 words. I mean, but my goodness, there's no way. And if Carolina takes Bryce Young at number one, you got to go with a quarterback. You got to go with a quarterback, and it has to be C.J. Stroud. I know that Anthony Richardson's gotten a lot of buzz. There's no way. You cannot take Anthony Richardson with the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. You can't take Will Levis with the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. It's either C.J. Stroud or you're going to have all the goodwill that they've been able to rebuild with the fan base when they hired DeMeco Ryans, and it's going to go out the window if they do not take C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, whichever of the two is available at number 2 overall. Even if they take Will Anderson, it'll be a tough sell for the fan base.